Welcome to Switched On Schoolhouse Elementary French. In this 5-unit introductory French elective for students in grades 3 through 6, your students will join Derek and Pierre on a fun language learning adventure. The elementary foreign language courses offer an effective blend of audio, visual, and text-based activities designed to introduce children to the language. Listening exercises, fun interactive games, vocabulary activities, and review questions provide a multisensory learning environment for your young student. Now let's take a look at some of the instructional methods that are utilized in elementary French lessons. In Unit 1, let's look at a lesson called A Girl and a Rat to see how the program utilizes different types of instruction to instruct children in learning language. Most lessons begin with a listening exercise that allows students to join Derek and Pierre on their language learning adventure. The listening exercises and activities utilize a methodology called diglot weave. This methodology smoothly weaves the new language into the student's own language, gradually and effectively moving the learner from the familiar to the unfamiliar. As learning progresses, the instruction contains more of the new and less of the old, encouraging increasing levels of understanding. Let's listen to an example of this listening exercise.
Now that you know a few French words and have learned about frames, I can tell you a story, une histoire. I'll tell it to you with some English mots, words, et some French mots. I'll put in mots français only when you can easily guess what those mots mean. My histoire is very short. It's about a little girl, une fille, and a rat, un rat. Even though ma histoire is very short, you can learn something about life from this histoire. Figure out why the fille in the histoire laughs, but le rat cries. I call ma little histoire a girl and a rat. En français, I call it une fille et un rat.
Most elementary French lessons include a number of different types of interactive learning activities designed to help students to master lesson content. Let's look at this match and learn activity to review some of the vocabulary that will be used in the story.
Before I tell you the histoire, I'll teach you some new words to help you understand. Un rat, une fille, un ours, un garçon, un chat. Now, see if you can answer some questions about the words you just learned. Une fille. Good. Un rat. Good. Un ours. Good. Un garçon. Good. Un chat. Good.
Now let's take a look at the diglot weave for the story.
Now listen as I tell l'histoire about une fille et un rat. Follow along and look at the pictures. Une fille sees un rat. Le rat sees la fille. Le rat squeaks, eek! La fille squeaks back, eek! Le rat runs. La fille chases le rat, but le rat escapes. La fille sits down et laughs, hee 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 hee. Le rat sits down et cries, boo-hoo.
In this Describe What You See activity, students choose the vocabulary to match the picture. Most lessons also contain vocabulary lists that allow students the opportunity to hear the correct French pronunciation of the words and phrases introduced and used within the lesson. Let's listen to a few of these words and phrases.
Mots français. Le rat pleure. Le rat s'échappe.
At the end of the lesson, your student is presented with a series of questions that provide a review of lesson content. Questions are presented in a variety of formats. Answers are automatically saved as the student works through the questions,
Good answer.
with 85 to 90% of student work being graded immediately by the program. A student is given the opportunity to reattempt questions that were answered incorrectly the first time through the lesson. The lesson is complete when the student has answered all questions correctly
Nice job.
or he has exhausted his allowed attempts.